Well, greetings, Brown Baptist family. Listen, we are at week 2 of the 21-day financial fast, where our goal is real simple, to build generational wealth. Some might even say get on the path to becoming a millionaire. However you would like to embrace the goal this particular week, we encourage you to do your part to start the process. And with that being said, here are your tips for week 2. There are a total of 8 tips that we would like to share with you as you engage in goal number 2 for this week. Point number 1, determine how much is needed to live or survive comfortably in your life. Point number 2, cut unnecessary spending. The key here is very much like point number 1, focus on your needs only. Point number 3, live within your means. Don't try to impress anyone with the accumulation of a bunch of material things, if you will. Point number 4, add additional sources of income. You can do this by getting a part-time job if needed, but try to do something to add additional sources of income. Point number 5, start a small business in an area that you are gifted or maybe you're an expert at, or you're just particularly talented in. But start a small business. Anything you start small tends to grow, and anything that you grow, you tend to be able to have in a position that eventually you can reap a decent sized harvest, if that makes sense. Point number 6, minimize debt. Matter of fact, if you have to engage in debt, no matter how minimal it may be, ensure that your payment arrangements, your payment terms are in a fixed type way. Point number 7, choose recession-proof strategies when investing your money. Many of you know that with the COVID environment, there were a number of businesses. There are a number of businesses. We've heard about them, and we're going to probably continue to hear about them, in which cases they had to either take a substantial revenue reduction, or they may have had to close their business for quite a while. But those businesses that you needed to have to sustain daily living, they are doing just fine in the midst of COVID-19. So again, choose a recession-proof strategy when you're investing your money. And that may be by way of a business, by way of an investment account to support the business arena, but try to stick to recession-proof strategies. And lastly, point number 8 is work with a licensed investment professional. Okay, all right. The Bible is real big on seeking wise counsel, and when it comes to taking money that you're going to invest in a business, taking money that you're going to invest in a mutual fund, taking money you're going to invest in the stock market, and the list goes on and on, you want to do so based on the advice of a seasoned professional individual. I do have to give you a small disclaimer. Here at the church, we are prohibited by law from giving any kind of investment advice, if that makes sense. But the ministry does everything it can to try to work with the industry or licensed professionals to bring that type of information to you. And so with that being said, those are your 8 tips for how to just consider starting the path of becoming a millionaire or building generational wealth. Okay, all right. And I want to leave you with this one thing. Remember that the word of God is true. Steady plodding leads to prosperity. Do your part. Start now, plant those seeds, and I'm sure in the end you will reap a harvest that will bring you joy.